Hello my makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. Today we are looking at the Live With Love Morphe Pride palette. So it's a 25 pan eyeshadow palette, looks a little something like this. Not your standard kind of rainbow palette, in my opinion, and 100% of the profits is going towards the Trevor Project. I'm going to put information about the Trevor Project, a link towards the charity itself down in the description box so you can have a little look. This retailed for €20, and like I said, 100% of the profits are going towards the Trevor Project. So this video is all about swatches, a tutorial for this particular look, and a review. So is it worth your money, or should you just maybe, avoid the palette and just donate directly to the Trevor Project or an LGBTQIA+ charity of your choice? But yeah, if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then fantastic. This is the video for you. Do please keep on watching. I like this section of the video because it means I don't really have to do much. Great, I don't even have to put on a bra. I probably need to stop talking about my unwillingness to put on bras. If that's one thing that this whole situation has taught us, we do enjoy loungewear. And by we, I mean me. Anyways, I have the Morphe Live With Love palette. So you know the drill. I'll be swatching this. I like that 100% of the profits go towards the Trevor Project. You know, they do so much for the LGBTQ community. I know they're one of the more popular ones, but hey, I just like seeing people giving back in some way. So I liked that this was kind of like not a typical rainbow. There's an element of grunge to this. So let's try it. We have, I like the names of these as well. So we have Spark Ideas, Spread Kindness. Bear in mind now, I'm very white, so this is how this shows up on me. Keep True, Uplift Others, really sweet, and Act With Love. That's cute. Like, oh, those are nice ideas. If only people would do that. Had some recent experiences where people are not very nice, so, just feeling a bit bitter. Next ones, we then have Seek Change, Use Your Voice, Hope. Not quite the colour I would have used for Hope, but there you go. Make Space, and Empower. Nice. I mean, considering the last palette I tried was the Be Perfect, I've had some issues with that. I asked them, about returning, and they were like, no, you returned before and it wasn't faulty. And I was like, I beg to disagree. Anyways, whatever, that's me whinging about something else. We have Stay Strong, Take Action, Share Joy, Strive, and Stand Up. Yeah. My skin is really spotty, etc. at the moment. It's all stressed. Great. Highly recommend it. If you can seek out more stress in your life, absolutely do it. Yeah. Be heard. Listen. Be seen. Go forward. And show compassion. I just like the names of these, actually. Like, I don't know why, that just it sits well with me. I'm like, yes, this is what I need today. I feel very vulnerable. Now, a lot of these shades, particularly the Do Good and Know Yourself, they're more like almost topper shades, so I'm wondering if I can build them up. We'll see. We have Speak Out, Unify, Do Good. Oh yeah, that comes out well, because when I was swatching on my arm or my hand, it didn't come out great. Know Yourself. Which kind of shows we really should be doing swatches on our faces, not our arms. Justification. And very last one, most importantly, Represent. There we go. That is the whole kit and caboodle. I have some ideas as to what I want to do with this. I don't want to do a typical rainbow look. I like that there are those grungy shades in there, so I think that's what I'm going to end up doing with this particular palette. So you know the drill. The next part is the tutorial and then we have the review, so keep on watching. It does get better than this makeup look, I promise. So the funny thing about this is I sat down and I was like, I just want to do something simple. And then I ended up doing this. I just glued things to myself. So yeah, there's quite a few brushes involved, but you know what? It'll be grand. On a positive note, it does mean I have tried out a big chunk of this palette now. So I have tried 13 out of the 25 shades. That's not bad. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, look, whatever. I start off with this Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush. It's nice and small. And I go into the shade Share Joy, which is a nice sort of a mustardy yellow. And just pop it into the corner here. So yeah. I weirdly got a lot of traction on my Be Perfect video. That's interesting. And I wasn't wildly happy with the Scepter palette, but I'm like, maybe I just need to play with it more and like, I don't know, grow to love it. And I know my friend Rebecca is looking for it, but she doesn't want to buy anything from Be Perfect. And I'm like, maybe I should declutter it and get rid of it. But then I'm also like a horrible, horrible hoarder. Like, it's rare that I get rid of things. So I'm thinking what I might do, you know, bear with me. I am taking this Morphe brush now. It's an M560 and I'm going into the shade Make Space, which is this blue here. So I think what I might do is actually get it for her as a little something because she has some things going on. I'm not going to say what they are. But I love her very much, so I think I might actually get her that, and I know that she really likes the eye primer, so I think I'm going to get her that as just a little I love you, because I know she's not buying anything from Be Perfect anymore, but whatever, I'll get this for her. And also look, the money goes to the Vivian and she's fabulous, so she deserves nice things, so there you go, that's my 2 cents on it. But yeah, so I mean, you can see the pigment on that is really pretty darn nice, isn't it? It goes down no problem. Then I'm using this Juvia's Place brush. There's no, like, I'm squinting like this because I can't see. There's no marking as to what it is, but I'm going into the shade Be Heard, which is a nice message, isn't it? But it's funny, because, well, not funny, haha, but when I was growing up, we obviously terribly used, oh, that's okay, as an insult. And it's so nice to see that we're moving on from that now as a society and understanding. I did actually inadvertently do the pansexual flag there. Hurrah! But that we're understanding that that's like really not okay to say. And it was really starting to even kind of change when I was a teenager. I'm 31, just FYI, in case you're wondering. So it's just amazing to see all of the growth and the change in this understanding around like non-binary and stuff. I think it's really quite cool. I'm using this Morphe Jeffree Star JS13 and I'm going into the shade Show Compassion. It's just nice messages, isn't it? But I think it's interesting because when I was growing up, I was born in 1990. I'm shedding all of my secrets now. It was actually illegal to be gay in Ireland. Yeah, that's right. But I also lived in a country where up until I think it was 97, it was illegal to divorce. So a lot of things have changed in this teeny tiny country of mine in the last couple of years. So I take that as a big sense of pride. Like, I think that's really quite cool that we've moved so much as a nation. You can see there's nice pigment on that. not wildly patchy, pretty good considering it's a €20 palette, in my opinion. I am taking this, was it this one I used? Well, I'm going to put it through the colour switch anyway. I'm going to use this Lowest Cosmetics brush and I'm just going to swish between the two here and maybe take a bit more of the purple. But yeah, it was illegal when I was growing up to be gay. So it's amazing that we're just starting to really move beyond that. Like in my lifetime, we had the vote for equal marriage. I remember campaigning around that and just, you know, looking for votes. It was almost unanimous. So there are 26 counties in the Republic of Ireland. So it's almost like 26 constituencies. Tea. And every county, with the exception of one, voted in equal marriage. So that was quite cool. Just knowing that pretty much every single county, bar one, Roscommon, we won't judge, but they saw the value in equal marriage and, you know, love is love and all of that. So it was really cool. By the way, I am pansexual, in case you're wondering. That's where I stand on the whole thing. But I think people forget this. There's like almost this invisibility when you have an opposite sex partner, that because I am cisgender female and my partner is cisgender male, that there's this idea that we're both straight, and it's like, well, we're not. Well, I'm not. He is, but you know, it's just really interesting. There can be like almost an invisibility around that. So that's my little 2 cents on that. I am taking this same brush again and I'm going into the pinky shade, which is Be Heard, and into the purple, and I'm just gonna pop those there and just swirly, swirly, swishy, swishy. But yeah, I know we have quite a few LGBTQ members knocking around, particularly even in my Patreon group, so that has been just really nice, just sharing experiences, and yeah, it's lovely, really nice. And I have been enjoying that companies are doing like the LGBTQ thing. I'm just taking this Spectrum B06 and I'm going into the pink and into the blue, and I'm just gonna swish between the two. But yeah, I've been enjoying that companies have been kind of highlighting the importance of pride, but it has been annoying me, and I've been saying this on R&R, that it feels at times like it's a cash grab, that there are some companies and they're like, here is the pride palette, and there's no mention of any LGBTQ companies. There's no use of models, ambassadors, etc. from the community, and that drives me a little bit bananas. So when we have the likes of Morphe then, who are actively, just taking the pink here, like actively giving 100% of the profits towards a fabulous organisation like the Trevor Project, then I'm like, that is amazing, that's fantastic. Really nice to see. I'm just taking this little Revlon brush and I'm going between the yellow and the blue. And again, just blending the two there. You can see there isn't much of an issue in terms of getting these shades to blend, so that's nice. Yes, it does look a bit manic, but that's all right. We can live with that. It's not a big deal. Yeah, again, look, see how nicely that blends. Don't have to work hard with it at all. It's nuts. €20, lads, €20. Yeah. I then have this like little brush here, and I'm going into the gold, which is Be Seen, and I'm going to pop that here and just kind of angle this up. Now this is a brush that I got on AliExpress. It's not great, but look, it's fine for like just kind of applying shadows in this way. I don't need anything with great precision. And then I am taking this Jessup JE10 and I'm going into the shade Act With Love, which is a really nice kind of a pinky shimmer. and I'm popping that up here and just popping that back and forth a little bit, just to give a little bit of a highlight. I have this brush here and I went into the shade Uplift Others, which is this sort of a pale blue, and literally, ooh, probably took on too much there, I just dabbed it where the blue is, because I was like, oh, let's have a bit more shimmer, because apparently I'm losing out on shimmer. Who knew? And then I just take this Morphe M562 and just kind of swoosh here. I bought some more M562s because it was like, I think it was at 15% off at Boots, and I was like, well then, get into my basket. And they went into my basket. It just had happened. So, you would think that I did a cut crease, but I was lazy. And I didn't do a cut crease. I was very, very lazy. Sorry. It is what it is. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. Like that. Anyways, I have this Suva 350 brush. My eye keeps twitching. It's nuts. And I went into the shade Strive, which is a really nice kind of not quite a chartreuse green, but it's lovely. It's really, really nice. And you'll see the pigment on it is really, really good. I mean, look at that. No issues blending. It's quite a nice creamy formula. I wanted to use as many of the mattes as possible, and I have in this look, and quite a few of the shimmers. The shimmers are really nice. And I love how I was like, oh, this one is a topper, and it just ended up not really being a topper at all. They're actually super pigmented, and I was like, oh, okay, interesting, interesting. Thanks for proving me wrong on camera, but sure, no harm. Just bringing that down under the lash line. Yeah, you can see that's super, super pigmented. Like it's bananas in the best way. And then I am taking this Suva 530 and just going to put it through the colour switch, because I remember I was playing with it obviously before. And I am going into the shade Go Forward, which is this one here, because I was like, yeah, let's get some depth. I kind of wanted to do almost like a galaxy weird thing. I don't know what I was doing. I was like, yay, wee! And then obviously started gluing things to myself. So obviously it's been a strange day. Can't even say it's an afternoon because it's actually gone into evening. And I know the lovely Gregory and Tia have gone live on Instagram, so I'm actually missing that to do this. So, worst friend ever. I'm going to, by the way, obviously put their socials down below. They're fabulous, Gregory and Tia. You know Tia from being on R&R, and I've shared Gregory's info on my community tab before. He's bananas. Very, very, very talented. Like, annoyingly so. You can see this is pressed quite nicely. The pigment, no problem with that either. Huzzah. Taking this same brush again, and I'm going into Do Good, which I thought was a topper, but it isn't. But I like it used in combination with this. I think it just gives it a really interesting depth. So I'm kind of just smacking that on top of the shadow we just laid down, but also a little bit on the green, on the paler green, the more yellow green. Just because you can see it kind of transitions a little. Now I have a little bit of fallout, but it's nothing major, nothing that we're gonna write an angry letter about. I feel like I wouldn't get much satisfaction anyway. Dear Morphe, how dare you have palettes that have a certain amount of fallout? I am appalled and aghast. And now that's just made me think of I am a cog, I am aghast, is Marius in love at last? Please tell me you know what it is that I just sang. I say sang, I'm not a very good singer, but there you go. I'm using this Jessup 226 smudger, and I'm going into the shade Stand Up. Stand up, ba-da-do-do-do, and rise up. Sorry, there's a lot of musicals going on in my head right now. I apologise. And again, just stamping that on. You can see I was too lazy to actually make it into a proper cut crease. Don't worry, I'm sure you can find a proper YouTube channel where people do real things and are very talented. This is not one of them. Soz. But not soz enough to do something proper. Oh well. And you can see the pigment on that is really nice. And same brush again, and I'm going into Know Yourself. I'm 31, I still struggle to know myself, but you know, that's a whole other thing. A whole other, look at how gorgeous that is. That shade, hopefully the camera is picking it up. It is so pretty. Ugh, so pretty. Just gonna look in the mirror and just be like, you're so beautiful, Teresa, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I don't know, something very wrong with me right now. And I'm taking this Spectrum B10 and I'm going into the shade Represent. Now initially I was kind of like, oh god, could I not make just a plain black matte instead of putting glitter in it? I actually kind of like this as it is because it blends nicely, but it also kind of adds a little bit of an interesting depth and dimension to the look by having that little bit of glitter in it. So I'm not angry at it. Initially I was like, oh god, could you not just make a proper like matte, like a matte black? But look at how nicely that blends. Like that's decent. Actually, it's more than decent. It's actually very, very good. I quite like this. Do 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 do. I quite like this. Do 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 do. Yeah. I think particularly that blue kind of makes me want to weep. Gaia, I know how you feel about blues. Let me just swatch this for you. Right? I'm just saying, put that on top of blue. Beautiful. Beautiful Gaia. Beautiful. Gaia is also the person who came up with the new name for Jefferson Starship. It is now Jaffa Cake Satellite Dish, and I got such a giggle when she sent that to me. I was like, oh my lord. My lord. So, super, super simple now at this point. We are just blendy. I'm taking another Morphe M562. Like I said, I got more. And I'm going to start in here where the green is and just swish between the two. I mean, at the end of the day, it is actually a very simple look. It's just me doing another sort of a cut crease, but not a proper cut crease. A very lazy cut crease. I'm not going to bother doing the liner on camera with you because you guys don't need to know that, but I did use the Sheen liner, and I also put Midnight Cowboy on top of it just to give it a little bit of an interesting sort of a thing. And then the jewelry thingies, the gems, whatever it is that I've stuck to myself in a very haphazard manner, they're from AliExpress, you know? And I'm just going between the dark green and the blue. Oh, that blue is bananas. I really love that. Like the pairing the matte with that kind of toppery blue. Not that it's a topper in and of itself, but oh my god. Like I said, 100% of proceeds going towards the Trevor Project, which, you know, deals with mental health and the LGBTQ community. So for me, it's like a win-win. I think it's fabulous. Yeah. Look, I mean, that's it. I'm going to finish this off now. I think you can see the blend is really good. This was a nice, simple look using 13 of the shades. Yeah, so I'm going to come back. You can see the eye look in general, and I'll tell you what it is that I think of this palette. Yeah. So I'm back, obviously. It would be a bit weird if I wasn't. And yeah, let's not talk about how weird and greasy my hair is, but whatever. This is the finished look. It's a little bit galactic. It's not your typical Pride rainbow look, which is sort of what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't want to do anything that was like super obvious. But I'm going to zoom you in now so you can see what the final look actually looks like. I mean, you know what they say, when in doubt, just glue things to your eyelids. Like that's what normal, fine functioning people do. I'll take off my glasses so you can kind of see what it is that I did there. Yeah, you can see the blend is really, I don't want to say it's really good because that makes it sound like I'm really good at it. I'm not. But it blended really easily. And I think the colours work really nicely. I mean, I used 13 out of the 25 shades. And I went for the stuff that I thought was going to be difficult. The blues, the purples, the yellows, the greens, you know, the stuff that's difficult to formulate. And the black. You know, I've had issues with black before about not blending out. But I think this worked actually quite nicely. So that means I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this particular palette. I love that it isn't like a typical rainbow thing. I mean, yes, all the colours of the rainbow are there, but it's definitely a deeper, grungier sort of a look. Hence, you know, why I came up with this. The pigment, the colour payoff, the pigment, everything is really, really good. I think this worked really, really well. The blend is there. The shadows are formulated really, really nicely. I actually think, to date, this is my favourite Morphe offering. I'm really glad it happens to be a Pride palette as well. So for me, the price is €20, I believe, at the moment. And like I said, 100% of the profits go to the Trevor Project, a really, really fantastic cause. I'm going to link the Trevor Project down below in the description box so you can have a little look at it. So even just on that alone, I'm quite happy. But the fact that the product itself is really, really good and works really, really well independent of all of that, I have to give this a 10 out of 10. There's nothing I would change. There's no shadows that performed poorly. The payoff, etc. was fantastic. So yes, if you are on the fence about getting this, I really, really like this and feel happy in recommending this to you guys. But that's it. That's the whole video. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Do hit that notification bell if you want to see more of whatever it is that I'm doing over here. Do please share, because sharing is caring. Unless, of course, it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. That's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.